friends this morning. Monday morning. Well, it's not even morning now. It's afternoon. Well, afternoon at that. Oh, look like they're doing some work on this road up here. I hope this Monday finds you well. And let's see here. Please take time to like the video, comment, and share the video. I appreciate it so much. I appreciate your support in my videos. So today I want to talk about how can I put it? I want to talk about, is it too late? Is it ever too late? I'll put it like that. That's what I want to talk about. Is it ever too late? And if you've had something that you wanted to do, and I'm talking primarily to those of us who are in the over 40 range, okay? I'll give it that, over 40 range, which I still think 40 is still, young. It's not midlife mature, but it's mature. But if you've thought to yourself, you know what, my time has come and gone, I'm not going to be able to achieve that, I'm not going to be marketable or what have you, I want to share something with you. Where at one time maybe that was a thing, it's not anymore, and I'm living proof of it. I got married when I was much younger. I had 2 children from my first marriage. And with that being said, I've been in and out of college, training schools, and different things like that. So I had never really finished my degree that I wanted, which was nursing. And it's so funny because actually when I first started out, before I even graduated from high school, I actually thought I was going to go into law because, I was really good at debating. And my mom always thought that I was going to find my way into law. But nevertheless, I wound up gravitating towards healthcare and fell in love with it. And I think I shared on one of my previous videos that I wound up getting certification as a CNA, and then was grandfathered into, in my state, STNA, State Tested Nursing Assistant. And I actually was working, before I got into that, I was actually working, when I graduated from high school, I was actually working in offices for what used to be AT&T Communication. And then I found myself not liking being in the office. So I changed and went into healthcare. And I was working as SNA, and I had small children at the time, and I would go to school, and marriage and relationship was kind of tough, so I stopped and this and that. So throughout the years I've gone back, taking classes and everything that I never finished. Fast forward on to my youngest in 2020, when everything was going on lockdown and everything. I'm home recuperating from surgery, and the opportunity presented itself for me to go back to school. And I'm thinking like, oh no, I'm here in 50s and there ain't no way, because I turned 50 a few years prior to COVID. And so I'm like, oh no, and my time has come and gone. And it was as though God himself had said, I'm opening up this window for you. Now if you take it, fine. If you don't, you have no one to blame but yourself. To put it in a nutshell. So I start calling around schools and all of that, and I'm like, oh my goodness, am I gonna be able to get in anywhere? So I found a school that had it, and because I had done all my prereqs, I had all my prereqs done. I had been on the waiting list and everything, but then I didn't adhere to the call when it was time for me to, basically go back to that particular school where I had did all my prereqs. So I was back on the waiting list. So anyway, I found the school, and they said, oh, we do have a class that's starting, but I don't think you'll be able to make it in time for that one. So our next class will start in October. You can, prep yourself to do that one. And I told the lady on the phone, I said, oh no, that's not going to work. I said, honey, if I don't come now, I'm not coming. So she said, well, this is what we're going to need, and you're going to have to take this entrance exam and all this stuff. So I had a week, y'all. A 50-some-year-old woman, I had a week to get all what I needed to get into school. And you know what? I did it. I did. I took the test, the entrance exam. I had my transcripts forwarded over and all of that stuff, and how I was going to pay for it and everything. I got it all done in a week's time and got into the class. I went through, I got it done, and that was for my LPN. That was for LPN. And I got it all done. I graduated and sat for boards and passed. Then I was presented from one of my classmates, said, hey, I'm going right on back and get my RN. Do you want to, go with me? Let's do it as a buddy system. And at first, because I wasn't going to go right back. And I was like, oh. I said, okay. So I got in. We got into the same school and got into the program and did what's called the bridge program and got my RN. And I finished that class and sat for boards. I didn't pass the first time. Sat for boards second time. Didn't pass it. Oh, devastated. Totally devastated. And I'm like, I know good and well I did not get this far. And I'm not going to be able to actually put RN behind my name. And I'm just devastated. So the third time came around, I was like, I couldn't study. I was like, what could I possibly study that was going to make a difference? I just didn't have it in me. And then the time was getting close right here for me to sit for the boards and stuff. And then I'm like, well, maybe I should push it back enough. And some just said no. So I prayed, I cried, I prayed, and it was like a voice said to me, everything that you need to know to pass this exam, you already possess it. All I need you to do is go in there and do it. I took a little break and everything like that, and I bowed my head down, I laid my head back, I prayed, I'm like, okay. And I said I wasn't going to do the trick, because the times before I had did the trick, and everything. Honey, I said I wasn't doing the trick, because I didn't want to see it. So I waited, and that next day came, and I opened up my email, and it said, honey, 50-some-year-old woman. And so my whole point of saying this is to some of you who are in this age bracket. Don't count yourself out. Don't count yourself out on whatever it is you want to do. Your life experiences will make room for you. It truly will. My saving grace is that I have worked in the industry as a STNA, CNA, whatever you want to call it, in so many facets of healthcare for over 35 years. So, well, I won't say over 35. Yeah, 35 years. 35. And so, all the knowledge and everything that I had gained from work experience and working with other nurses and all of that, it paid off. It did. It paid off. You would be surprised at how much you really retain and how much you've absorbed over your work experiences and life experiences. So that being said, I'm going to tell you, don't count yourself out just because you've gotten up in age. I'm still not ready to stop. Achieving those things right there, along with other things I've achieved in my life, help me to understand and know that I don't have to count myself out. I can go. If I put my mind to it, I can do it. Now I'm working on furthering my degree, and I've gotten certifications and different things like that. And you don't have to stop living just because you age. And I had to learn that too. I had to learn too. You can continue to develop to being your greater self at every stage in your life, and understanding that every stage of our life we have value. We have something that we bring to the table. And if we count ourselves out, how do we expect others to let us in if we consistently count ourselves out? So I just wanted to bring that message to you today and let you know you don't have to count yourself out ever. You don't. And I am going to make a video and talk about the steps in detail, study steps, study tips and stuff like that as an older person going back to school, because our minds do absorb information a little bit different, you know, as we age, and process things a little bit different. It ain't that we slow and incapable of learning, but you know, these brains have some miles on them and stuff like that. And then when you're a full-grown adult, your mind is constantly on so many different things. It's never just on one particular thing. Like I didn't have just school to think about. No, now I didn't have young children, but it wasn't just school. So what I am going to do, I'm going to make a video going in greater detail about some of the things as an older person going back to school that, you know, you may find of good, useful knowledge. So just be on the lookout for that. Now, with that being said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends, families, and even some of your enemies. You know, they can use a little knowledge. But show yourself some love and save a little bit for someone else. Okay? Until next time, y'all take care, and I'll see you real soon now. Bye.